Well, after having discussed what things we are going to cover in environmental economics, let me focus on this term environmental economics. So, what we get to understand is it is an economics, but it deals with some environmental issues. And yes, that's correct. Environmental economics does focus on sustainable development. It talks about valuation of the environment. It talks about the economic strategies for environmental issues, and it deals with certain concepts which would be dealing much in detail, namely the concepts of market failure and externalities. So, there's a widely studied area, environmental issues. What argument or what idea is behind this economics being attached to environment is the basic assumption or argument is that anything, and for that matter, everything, including water, the air we breathe, the any sort of environmental issue, they can be quantified in terms of money, right? Means suppose there is a water pollution, so we would say that okay, so this water has certain cost, and we can put a value to this polluted good, namely water, the polluted water. Or if the air is polluted, we would say that okay, so this is the fresh air and this is a polluted air, so the polluted air is costing us something more, right? So the basic argument underpinning the environmental economics is that all the environmental goods or amenities, they have economic value, right? And then the current market framework does not address those economic values. So if you put those values to the environmental goods, then things could be all right, right? So this is the basic argument, and this is also the reason why environmental economics is being criticized, because then there is a school of thought which says that we need to look at the environment from a holistic perspective or integrated perspective, and just thinking and putting a commercial value to the environmental good is not correct. Okay, so we'll look into these arguments in more detail as we proceed. So, as I said, the basic argument underpinning the environmental economics is that all the environmental goods have economic value, and we need to account for that in order to take care of the environmental problems. One more way of defining and underlining the importance of this stream is that this stream of environmental economics would not simply look into the reasons why the individuals or the group of individuals would degrade the environment. It would look into the policy actions so that the environmental quality is taken care of. So, allocation of scarce resources so that environment is preserved could be the way of defining environmental economics. The conventional economics is about allocation of scarce resources, but environmental economics is about allocation of scarce resources, not simply from the productivity angle, but from the for the common good, including the preservation of our planet, the environment. So, what concerns the environmental economists is the problem of pricing the environmental resources, ensuring that the resources are optimally priced, right? And by optimal pricing means taking care of the environmental externalities while costing a particular resource. When we are costing water, then we need to factor in the treatment cost, for example, right? If we are taking care of cost of electricity, then we need to factor in the climate change impact or the local pollution impact of, let us say, coal-based power plant. So this way, so all the problems of environmental externalities are dealt with by environmental economists, and it is about ultimately pricing the resources so that the environmental externalities are mitigated, right? So we would be studying more about externalities in our next lecture. Thank you very much.